Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back here today to check out Inner Space. It's a recently released game made by Polynite Games and published by Aesper. It's out for about $20 on Steam and various consoles, and we're gonna check it out here today. If I had to describe the gameplay of this game, it reminds me a lot of playing the game Abzu, but instead of trying to restore the world through ancient ritualistic technology, we're instead more of an archaeologist trying to uncover the lost technology of a race that is now long since gone extinct. Or at least a culture, it might not be a species thing. And, I mean, it's like a flight sim exploration game. It's gonna be all sorts of crazy, so let's just jump in here and check it out. Alright, so here's the story. Wind created the inverse and keeps its worlds intact. The ancients built great networks to harness the energy called wind. The ancients prospered, but this would not last. Demigods arose and drained the inverse. The world ended. It is said the ancients tried to escape the inverse, but failed in their last hour. Now the world and its secrets await. Alright, so that's the basic foundation of this game. Long time ago, this world's version of Atlantis existed. They mastered ancient technology to conquer the inverse and use it to power their great civilization. But then something happened, the winds died down or something, and their society shattered. Now, we are a cartographer robot, from what I can tell, of playing this game a little bit so far, and we're going to help an archaeologist try to map and explore these ancient cave networks, or whatever this world is, to try and make sense of what happened to them and where they went. Now, the first part of the game is going to be a little tutorial that would normally teach us to fly. Conveniently, I've already gone ahead and played that part, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. Suffice it to say, this game has a pretty in-depth methodology for flying around that is fairly workable either on the keyboard or the controller. So here's our little explorer friend. They're kind of trucking around here in the water in their little submarine, and they say, "Hello." Oh, that's weird. Is anybody there? Huh, this unit shows no reaction to external stimuli despite having its components for language comprehension. I'll have to try again. Cartographer, can you hear me? Oh, yeah, hello, man. What's up? Oh, hello? You can respond. You're working. Fantastic. Greetings, fellow lifeform. I am the archaeologist, and, oh my. Now that you've been activated, I don't quite know where to begin. Okay, well, why am I here? Let's start there. Oh, I was hoping you could be my research assistant, if you will. As an archaeologist, I study the ancients, a highly advanced civilization who once lived here. However, in my expeditions, I found there were places I couldn't reach, areas I couldn't access. I needed a partner. I needed to soar where I can't reach, and help me chart the uncharted. Hence, I named you Cartographer. Alright, sounds good to me. Let's do the thing. Alright, well, let's talk. More discovery. Or less talk, more discovery. It's time to get to work. Hopefully you didn't skip your flight simulation, or if you did, you know, you just know how to fly. Because you're about to get a crash course in relic collection. So let's test those wings and collect it, then bring it back to me to analyze. I can't wait to see what it is. Oh, and one last thing. For right now, you should stick to the air. Your current airframe doesn't have the ability to dive within the water quite yet. So good luck. So essentially what's going on here is this is our all-terrain vehicle, and we're going to hopefully use it to collect things like this relic here. We've got the ability to do standard plane things. We can go up, down, side to side, pitch, yaw, roll, all of that stuff. And using all of this stuff, we're gonna pick things up like this ancient wind turbine. Or I guess it's actually more of like a battery. So this says this is a device that houses and harnesses wind to be used in a variety of apparatuses. Despite its age, it appears that none of its wind has been depleted. It continues as if never used. So I guess the ancients that were in this world, they didn't necessarily just use the wind for direct power. They also found a way to store it within like a singularity to be used later. So now that we've got this device, we can take this back to our lovely scientist friend by parking ourselves within this pillar. I'd almost call this our maintenance bay. And it's just like, oh, nice job. Send me the relics so I can analyze it. All right, we'll deliver this little wind battery, I guess we'll call it. And they say, great, just give me a moment to study it. Why don't you take this chance to practice your flying some more, and this may take some time. I'll notify you when the analysis is complete. See you soon. So it looks like our main objective in this game is we go grab stuff and we bring it back to our submarine pal here to have a look-see, which, you know, just fine with me. A lot of this game is going to be a whole heck of a lot of eye candy and just kind of perusing and looking around while analysis happens. And since this starter area is kind of small, it doesn't take our little archaeologist long to analyze that, and now we have an upgrade available. Oh my, this relic is no ordinary find. If my hypothesis is correct, it may allow us to explore far greater reaches than I first thought. Would you like to hear my theory? Oh, sure, man. I mean, that's basically why we're here. Science me up. Let's do the thing. All right, well, see, this relic is a large reservoir of wind, the main source of energy for the inverse. This device uses wind to activate ancient technology. For instance, it opened the door up there. You can now interact with ancient technology. If it opened that door, what else can it activate? Beyond this cave lies the inverse. I spend my days exploring in silence, journeying through abandoned structures, hoping to find anything the ancients may have left behind. By collecting and studying relics, I hope to record as much as I can about the inverse. This way I can learn its past and maintain its history. As with this room, the gates of the inverse have been shut for a long time. But you can open the way. What do you say, Cartographer? Do you want to see what secrets the inverse and ancients hold? Do you want to unravel the mysteries of this place together? Well, considering I'm basically a robot you programmed, of course I do. Let's go awaken an ancient evil and destroy the world together. I'm sure that's exactly what's gonna happen, too. By the way, you can access the relics you've collected via your airframe's digital menu. Take a look at it when you get a chance. Now let's depart. So basically, I would describe our airframe as more of like a mech suit, so to speak, that allows us to unlock various upgrades so that we can go exploring this lovely world. And we can do things like actually dive under the water later once we get some more alternate airframes that we can equip. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this game, I'm sure, that we haven't even seen yet. And really, the only way that I honestly know that diving is even an option is simply the fact that that was kind of in the tutorial. Diving is, in fact, a thing. Oh, wow, nice landing. While you're here, is there anything you'd like to know more about? Is there anything else? Let's see, I don't know, what's the deal with the ancients? They were a highly advanced civilization that once lived here. Their technology surpasses anything I've been or been able to create, at least until you. I've studied them all my life, but feel as if I still know very little about them. If you can help me uncover more relics, I'm certain we'll discover more about them. Is there anything else you'd like to know? How did you get here? Because there's this whole submarine thing going on. Well, lucky for me, there are underwater tunnels between these rooms. Don't be jealous. I may have fins, but you have wings. That's why I gave you that airframe, after all. So here's the question. If you're able to drive around in a submarine, why not just fly the airframe yourself? Then you could just do your analysis of the various relics and artifacts, and then not have to constantly duck back and forth between the airframe and your scuba diving apparatus. That and flying oh, okay, so flying terrifies you. Got it. Well, that's about all I need to know, so let's find a way out of this cave then. Whoosh, zoom, off we go. Haha. Oh, there we go. Basically, there's like a launching drift feature when you left click, and I'm not 100% certain how that's supposed to work. I don't know, if there's one thing I kind of have issue with the tutorial of this game, is it's not very well labeled for what controls it wants you to use. You're just kind of left to guess what buttons do what, and when or why you'd want to use each and every one of them. But I guess there's plenty of time to figure that out by trial and error, so I'm not too terribly worried. So here we are at the mouth of a cave. Just fly on through that tunnel and, oh, now this is a problem. That tunnel is blocked. See those ropes? Do you think you can cut them, like with your wings? You should be able to cut them with your wings. You're a rugged-looking creature. I dare say you could. I mean, you did build me, so if anyone knows how sharp I am, it would be you. Nameless archaeology person. If you're running low on space, try drifting around the walls to make tight turns. Okay, so that's probably what that drifting function is that I was just playing around with. It's to slow you down so you can do like a clutch maneuver. Yeah, it lets me do like a cool 0G maneuver. Although it's a little wonky to control, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and cut these ropes so that they don't get in our way. Although this is a little easier said than done. The part of this game that's probably gonna be the most challenging for me personally is going to be the flying aspect. Mostly just because I don't... Is there a way to change the view angle here? I'm just really not loving the FOV that they give me, and I'm wondering if there's any way to change that. Nope, looks like I'm stuck. Oh well. Maybe if there's any additional updates in the future, they'll give me some FOV to play with. Is it possible to blow ourselves up, or do we just, like, crash into the walls repeatedly and nothing bad happens? Yeah, I guess we're practically indestructible. Alright. I mean, I'm certainly not opposed to that functionality. It's a heck of a lot easier than having to worry about a health bar all the time and respawning. Hey, we made it! Now we're actually into some cool inverse stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that is a big sexy room right there. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the Dawn Vessel area. So if I had to guess, it's almost like we're in a series of caves inside of the world that all have their own, like, miniature inverted planet going on. So what does this say? Perches allow you to rotate before launching. Use the left mouse button to begin aiming. Okay, so those are called perches, so we can figure out which direction I want to be facing before I launch. That's actually kind of a neat feature. I like that. Okay, where do I want to go? I figure we'd have some idea of, like, what our science friend wants us to do, but I guess at this stage we're just looking to explore, find glowing goodies, and bring them back to our pal. Sounds simple enough to me. Let's just start gathering stuff up. So we got these little orbs here. Wonder what these are. These kind of look like additional wind power that we might be able to use to unlock different things, like doorways and technology. And they got like a really nice melody to them when you fly around. That's our scientist friend inside of that little blue circle. Really easy to find them too, because they've always got a smokestack on hand. I guess before I go back to you, I should try to find a cool relic, so let's go do that. So what's this thing over here? It's glowing blue and it looks fancy. Let's touch it. So what this says, what remained? Life after the ancients. Trapped for untold centuries, they wove their homes like branches around great mountains. Theirs was a life of simple decline, reluctantly drawing from the past strength and gentle parasitism. They lived with the hope that this state would bring wisdom and enlightenment. Okay, so they were just trapped down here, and there was really nothing that they could do. That's a little depressing. But I guess it could be worse. I mean, they could have all died down here suddenly and horrifyingly. So I guess we'll break these lines here, and that should reveal a secret. Haha. We got some more of the house revealed. That's a good first step. Oh, where is this relic hiding? Oh, where did it go? I want to touch it and take it with me to learn all of its evil secrets. There we go. We'll just grab you real quick and then bash through this wall. Aha! Oh, everything is waking up now. Let's go find out what's in here. Oh, there's like all kinds of old technology that I can bash into with my face and activate. And find additional perches, okay. Well, I see no reason why not to keep going with— whoa. I was about to say, not to keep going with the flow, but that's a window. Not an opening. Well then, alright. Let's try that again with a little bit more feeling and gusto, shall we? So how do I get out of here? I guess I'm just trying to maneuver myself until I can get around here to get this goodie. Yes, come to Larry. Haha! Mine at last. So these aren't actually proper relics either. These are all just relic chunks. So I'm still looking for the remaining pieces. So I guess every one of these rooms has a relic involved, maybe more than one. And you have to collect all the chunks to put them back together, almost like a challenge or a puzzle of sorts. And then once that's done, you can take those back to the archaeologist and they can analyze it for you. So this says crystallized machinery, which we can clean. This relic unlocks the piano airframe. Oh, fantastic. I can finally become a flying piano like I've always wanted. Beautiful. So this is full of like machine parts, mechanical joints. This creation exhibits a range of mechanical ideas, but its complexity is not matched by the weathering of its use. It may have been salvaged or built by individuals who did not fully grasp its design. Okay, it can flex a little bit. Oh, it's like a little flapper. Little flapper wing. All right, that's kind of cool. Let's take this back to the science person so they can give us a cool upgrade. Also, I don't know, do I need to gather up all of these little motes of power, or is that just kind of like coins in Mario? Like, you can get them and unlock like cool upgrades and fancy stuff and completion, or you can just ignore it and not worry about it. I am uncertain. We will certainly find out after I talk to the science person. Come on, let's go. All right, here we are. Tell us our secrets, archaeologist. What bacon did we bring? Okay, let's deliver this wind turbine. Prototype wing delivered for analysis. Prototype wing analysis received. Oh, do we have like a cool new flapping wing attachment? Oh, I hope. Alright. Yeah, I'm down to climb with all of this. That is our first wing upgrade. I'd be glad to have your services underwater, Cartographer. My sub's not nearly as agile as you are. There are plenty of treasures to be found in the deep, new places to explore and all that. And speaking of new places, you've sparked my curiosity. Just like your airframe, there's no reason for us to stop here. Several ancient sources reference a constellation of chambers, multiple worlds. But this is the only one I've seen. Okay, so basically there's a whole network of these caves down here that are all kind of like a sphere that represent different unquote worlds. Alright. So there's a traverse gate, and apparently somehow use them to travel between chambers. Which world is beyond it, or what it will look like, I don't know. But as long as it remains locked, we'll never know. It hasn't reacted to your battery already, then maybe it needs more power. Actually, now that I think about it, the energy inside that aquarium might be enough to power the gate. Okay, so now we have to unlock submarine powers. And then after that, we'll be able to traverse the rest of the inverse. Alright. Is that what I just got? Is that... That might be like the power of the new fins that I just got. Let's see if I can, go into water mode before we end off here. Oh, nope, that's bad. Oh yeah, so that's exactly what I unlocked. So now I can use my right-click ability, and I can dive underwater. That's what this is. I fold in my wings, and then I crash like a rock into the water. So let's do it. I think the archaeologist was indicating over here to this pool, so let's go! Haha! Whoa, yeah, there's a lot of juice in here. Alright. I don't mind if I do. Oh, that looks fancy. I want to touch whatever that is. Alright. Okay, well, this has been a look at Inner Space, a game made by Polynite Games. I'm gonna be checking out some more of this game as the days go on. It's a really cool game. It's really fun to explore. Reminds me a fair bit of the game Abzu. And that's where I'll leave you for today. If you're interested in checking this game out for yourself, I'll, of course, put the links in the video description below. It's available on platforms like Steam, and I believe the Nintendo Switch even, for 20 Kerschmackers. And so far, I'm really enjoying this. Like, I think it's really cool, and I would totally recommend it. So let's keep on exploring this next time, and I'll catch you then. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.